Wow, wow, wow. What do you mean, wow? This is not news. You knew this was gonna happen. It's a new day in the workroom, and last week was a riot. A lot of you online really hated how last week turned out. People were upset about the editing, how the crying, we were still able to hear that once you left the stage. People were upset about just the format of the show. It's not Survivor, but I've recently gotten into Survivor and I'm loving it, so I kind of love this. So I don't really agree, and people are saying it's not karma, some are saying it's karma. The world is split apparently about this, but all I know is it was a really good episode. It had a lot of different elements that made it an interesting episode for me. And I love all the girls. You should too. And let's get into this week's video.
I just don't even know what to say. Because I'm such a huge fan of Pangina. And I think she's been amazing to me in this competition.
It's so wild that Blue Hydrangea was scared that she would not have a career after this episode aired. Crazy to me. It's a freaking reality TV competition show. We watch it for entertainment.
Well, one was moving, one was rolling.
I was rolling down the river.
Bag of Chips invented a dance move, and it's called the sausage roll. Can't wait to see everyone line up and just roll. It's gonna be in every nightclub in the world.
First of all, Baga, you did not invent anything called the sausage roll. We've had plenty of girls roll up on this RuPaul's Drag Race main stage. I.e. Latrice Royale. I think Trinity the Tuck tried it once. It was weird. No, she didn't. I'm thinking of somebody else. I'm just thinking of what Trinity had on while Latrice was rolling. That was weird.
I know that like the decision was incredibly hard to make, but I'm so curious. Why did you choose Pangina?
I think she took the same decision that I took with Jimbo.
I know Pangina had the entire weight of a nation on her shoulders to represent them well on this international stage. And so that was tough. And that's why she took it so hard when she had to leave the competition. I can relate to that because someone from a small country like myself, whenever you go out, you're not just representing you're representing, you know, this, and you're representing these people in this small country. And if you mess up, then it's like shame on everybody there. I get that mentality. I was brought up with it a little bit too. I try to break away from that. I'm trying to represent me and be the best me I can be and not worry about everybody else. But it's hard, even as an adult. So I get that. Juju also asking everyone why they picked Pangina to go home this week, and like, wow. What do you mean, wow? This is not news. You knew this was gonna happen. Hell, a blind man knew this was gonna happen. I don't blame them. I really don't. It's sad to see her go because one, her runways were amazing. Two, she was ridiculously talented and good at almost every challenge. The almost part being Snatch Game. But if you are going to play the game a certain way, you gotta expect that people are gonna look at you and be like, well, if this is how you play, I'm gonna have to play with you. You know? Let's volley. And that's just how it ended up for her, unfortunately. I don't think it's that big of a surprise that she went home.
Is this the top 5 you were all expecting?
I'm gonna say
No. Well, say it.
yes and no.
I love how plain Monique Hart is because I relate to that. I like honesty. I like blunt honesty. And I agree. This is not the top 5 I saw. I saw Pangina in the top 5. I saw Jimbo in the top 5. And some of the queens sitting there, I didn't expect them to still be there. But that's the beauty of RuPaul's Drag Race, UK versus the world. When we vote people off the island like it's Survivor.
You'll be putting your own spin on one of my records. Oh, yeah. Living my life in London.
The girls have to write and record a verse to one of RuPaul's songs this week. And I don't know this song. I've never even heard of Living My Life in London. So, new to me. Should be fun.
I mean, they're gonna fucking judge it the way they're gonna fucking judge it. Let's be really fucking clear right now.
Well, Juju's a little bit testy. I mean, they're all kind of talking about what they're doing and, you know, showing each other their lyrics. And if yours is a little, these sisters are like, girl, give me more. We don't want to see in the bottom. How about take that advice? Juju is really reading what these memes online are saying. Like, they called her last minute and she's like, I'm not spending no money on this drag race show because there's no prize to be won. I'm not giving it my all. I'm just gonna sit here and collect a check for each episode I'm on because who cares? It's a little disrespectful.
Pops, 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 pops.
The girls do their lyrics and lay down the tracks with Jade from Little Mix, and well, only one person really sucked, and that was Jenny Jacquet. She cannot sing. She cannot hold a note. She doesn't even know where the key is. Is it under the mat? I don't know. Now, I don't know why she chose to sing. She could have easily done a rap, and well, I don't think rapping is easy. One, because I can't do it. But she could talk her way through it, but she chose to sing. Bad decision. As far as Jujubee is concerned, watching her lay down her track, I always thought when I heard Jujubee's songs, wow, what a beautiful voice. I'd love to hear what she sounds like a cappella, to hear what, you know, all stripped away. And it's not that impressive. She's very talented, but I'm just gonna be real. It's not that impressive listening to her lay down her track. I was like, they did a lot of magic on the records you have, because I thought her voice was a lot stronger than what it really is. But overall, all the girls did pretty well laying down their tracks. I'm excited for them, especially Monique Hart, because she's a performer. I feel like this might be the week Monique gets a badge.
I'm just standing there. I'm literally standing there. I'm like, you bitches can pick what to do. And then I see Mo doing, we should do a...
London, London, London.
You see, no, this is what I don't really care for. I don't care for the mental block that some of these queens come into the competition with when it comes to choreography. Like, if you're not a dancer, but try, at least try. I get it, you don't have to do a move for every part of the song. It would be very amazing and it would be very legendary, you know, so we the fans can look back and say, this season, these girls did that. But I guess we won't have another Read You Wrote You. It's okay. I'm glad Monique Hart shut that down. I don't want to see everybody walking around hunky-dory. I don't want to see that. That's not cute. And if it were just Monique Hart Mo Hart, sorry, and Jenny Jacquet, I'd be pleased, because those two seem to really want to go off, and I live for a good performance. With everybody else, like, confused and not able to, like, catch choreography and not being even remotely interested to learn it from what I can see on the show, I don't think this is going to be that exciting.
Drag Race basically saved my life. Because before Drag Race, I was an alcoholic. We're talking 2 bottles of 1.5 litres of gin a day.
Jujubee and Bag of Chips talk about their sobriety, and they both had 10 years where they were just off the rails. Now, Juju does not partake at all. She's fully a 100% sober. Baga is a lot more, what would you say, vigilant about her drinking these days. I cannot relate personally to addiction because I don't have an addictive personality, and I haven't had anything in my life so far like that, drugs, alcohol, or otherwise, that I've had to struggle with, thankfully. But I think this is really good. I mean, it's not the first time we've heard these conversations on the show, but I feel like every time you get a chance to speak on them, it's a good thing, because somebody out there is listening and they could really use the support, or to know that they're not alone and they too can get out on the other side better. I remember Jujubee in early seasons when she was on the show, and she was a mess. She would be lip syncing fully out of it, and you can visibly see the difference between her then and now. And I prefer her boring and sober than like what she was before. I'm happy for her.
Going through conversion therapy, me and my friend used to say this, like we would eat the meat and throw out the bone.
Mohart talks about going through conversion therapy, which I would not wish that on anyone. That is horrible. And thankfully, we're seeing more and more laws in different places, even here in Canada, like coming up where it's banning that from happening. So progress, slowly but surely. Going through conversion therapy, ridiculous, crazy, so horrible for anyone to have to experience. And I totally 100,000% agree with her that a lot of religion, it's just about shame. That's all they do, they shame you. And I personally am not a very religious type of person. I've grown up in religious situations, but that's not my tea today. I know what I know, I believe what I believe, and I don't want nobody bringing that mess up in front of me.
Put the bass in your walk, head to toe.
Mama Ru looks good. I think so. There's something about the makeup today that's not sitting well with me, but I like the dress. I don't love the cut of it. When she walks, it just looks so cheap and flaily at the bottom. Maybe if it had more fabric down there. But Mama Ru's looking how she always looks. Good in general. The performance was actually interesting. Why am I calling it interesting? No, it was good. It was good. I joke. Monique Hart's wig, living for it. The outfit, I live for that too. When I first saw it, I was like, But then I was like, no, this is quintessential. Like, yeah, this is something like maybe the Spice Girls would wear. I don't know. So it feels very UK. And so I love it. I love the contrast. And her verse was the best. It was delivered freaking spectacularly. I loved her choreography the best. She did the high kick the best. Blue tried to do a high kick and it didn't really go past her shin. But Monique, the high kick touched her head and I was living for it. I kept watching her and kept like waiting to see her come back to the forefront. As far as Bag of Chips goes, I actually enjoyed Baga's performance. It was quintessential Baga. Everything she said was very clear. I understood her lyrics. It was funny, I guess. Jujubee singing beautiful. They always know how to turn out that music board and make it sound the way it's supposed to sound. But I don't like her outfit. I feel like the wig feels like it's slid far back on her head. I don't know. It looks weird. And her outfit's a little baby. Sick. Let me know if you think I'm wrong. I didn't live for Jenny Jekke's outfit and her choreography. I feel like when you're doing the spin on the ground thing, don't end up with your back turned to me while you're lip syncing. And then when you're playing with your hair and doing the all of that, don't let it cover your face when you're lip syncing, because then you're taking yourself out of it. So that was disappointing. I didn't really know what her lyrics was trying to say. It was fine. The singing turned out better than I thought it would. It didn't sound horrible on the track. Blue Hydrangea was middle of the road for me. Outfit, choreography, and lyrics included. Very middle of the road. I didn't hate it, but it's not memorable.
Category is work of art.
I don't love this look from Bag of Chips. I get it, the Van Gogh work of art, yada yada yada. The stocking, way too shiny. Maybe you're trying to make it match the skirt, but there's a lining at the bottom of the skirt, so it's not looking like it's continuing. I hate the fit of everything. I hate the shininess of your hair. I don't like any of it. I'm just trying to find something here I like. I love green. And this barely even looks green. This sequin is looking pale AF. No. Blue's Picasso outfit is pretty cute. I do love the drama of the sleeves or of the neck piece. That's really dope. How she gets to stand that way, I don't know. The black lining around everything, it looks perfect. I only feel like there's a lot of fabric, there's a lot of material. The hair is great, the face is great, all that. But when it comes down to the waist and everything else, I like maybe just the waist. I feel like if the waist was cinched more and it was more tailored in there and then it flared out properly, then it would have had a better impact. But because it was just like a big dress and you used a black piece of fabric to tie your waistline together, that cheapens it for me. Yeah. For Jenny Jacquet's Warhol interpretation, I really thought that the jacket was going to open up into like a full body painting or something else. I didn't get the jacket. It was bulky, it wasn't shapely, it was basic. You just painted yourself pink. I feel like there's so many more creative ways you could have interpreted that Warhol. Warhol is so iconic. I mean, all of these artists are very iconic, but I didn't love this interpretation. This is the best Jujubee has looked the entire season. I love this on her. I love when Juju wears tones that are close to her, very neutral and close to her skin tone. It really softens her up a lot. It makes her feel very regal and angelic. I love this. This is really pretty. Mohart did it on him. Like, this headpiece alone is freaking spectacular. And then the paint, the hair underneath, I love the color. I love a lot of this. I didn't really love the waist. And I felt like the way it was cut, it kind of made her look shorter than she is. And yeah, but overall, this was a serve. Minor tweaks, but this was a serve.
Jujubee. Mohart. Congratulations, you are the top 2 queens of the week.
Mohart did so good, and she deserves to be in the top. I'm so happy. Along with Jujubee. So the 2 American queens are the top 2 queens this week. Wow. Didn't expect this to happen to Jujubee for this entire competition because she was, I guess, being defrosted. But now she's here and she showed up and showed out. I'm happy for them. I feel like Mohart, this would be the moment where she would shine the brightest, and she didn't disappoint me. It was a joy to watch her. Now the only question is, when Monique Hart beats Jujubee in the lip sync, which I'm expecting, who's she gonna send home?
I'm a man of my word.
I really
I
appreciate
will give
that.
you a build-up though.
Well, girl, you've got a tough decision, and I do not envy you, but I'm very thankful that you're not going to pick me. So cheers.
Just keep that to yourself, Heifer.
Now, I'm glad that Mohart is honoring her alliance with Blue. That tells me Mo is a person of their word, and I respect Mo for that. As far as everybody going to Jujubee, I really don't see Juju winning a lip sync. Juju was a lip sync assassin back in the day when she was hungry. Now I just feel like Juju is full. Her belly is full. She does not need to work as hard, and she shows that. And Mohart, no matter how big she gets, she gives it 110 every time because it's like her final performance ever in life. That's how she performs, and that's why I really like her a lot. So I feel like it's between Baga and Jenny Jacquet that's going home, because I feel like Monique will win the lip sync. And I don't know, something happened between Baga and Mohart, and I feel like Mo is going to keep Baga.
This is your chance to impress me and earn the power to give one of the bottom queens the chop.
Jujubee won the lip sync. I am not shocked after watching the lip sync. Listen, I really did not expect her to do well in this, because even though I know she's an amazing lip syncer, I said it before, she's checked out and she doesn't fight as hard. But I guess this week when she got all that praise, it reignited that fire, and she really came out here and gave us old Juju, because They were both amazing. Let's put that out there first. I loved both of their lip syncing tonight. The song was such a fun song. I don't know the song, but I like it. And from the moment I realized that the cameras were always showing me Juju and not really Mo, I was like, okay, production is telling me who won this lip sync already, and I'm okay with it. But now Blue's no longer safe. So who is she gonna choose? Oh, I really thought it was gonna be Blue. I really felt like Juju was going to get revenge on Blue for Pangina. But no. Jenny JK has to sashay away, courtesy of Juju B. It was a hard decision. Any of the 3 bottom girls could have gone, and it would have been like fair, I guess. They all are good queens. They've all been doing reasonably well throughout the competition. So whichever one they had chosen, I've been like, yeah, okay. But it is sad that Jenny JK is no longer there, and she really wanted this a lot. She was the solo queen from Holland, much like Pangina, so there's no one left to represent their countries. And now we have both the UK queens and both the American queens left in the competition for the finale next week. Coincidence? Some might say not. I'm joking. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I'm pretty sure that's something that people will look into. All in all, this week was a good week because I really enjoyed the performance, and thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and go over to my Patreon for more exclusive content. Love ya. Bye. Hey beautiful humans, you've made it this far in this video. Why not subscribe to my Patreon? You can sign up for exclusive content I don't post on YouTube, or support me making content for this channel. Speaking of, why don't you watch another video?